and welcome to the second half hour of Atlanta and Company. I'm Christine Pilara. It's so great to be with you. Well, there are many children in our state alone whose day never goes right because they're sexually or physically abused. Thankfully, the Georgia Center for Child Advocacy is doing what they can to prevent these horrible things from happening. But guess what? They need our help. Joining us now to explain more and how you can take part in this Works of HeART event is Director of Prevention Tiffany Sawyer, and from the Works of HeART actual event, co-chairs Riley Kasman and Brittany Paget. Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thanks.
You know, it is such a serious thing to discuss, and I think that we'd be shocked to know the numbers. So first of all, talk about the center, and then give us some statistics on what goes on here in Georgia.
Sure. So the Georgia Center for Child Advocacy is a nonprofit right here in Atlanta. We serve DeKalb and Fulton County, and we provide services for children who've been sexually abused, physically abused, and children who witness violence. So unfortunately, we find that 1 in 10 children is sexually abused before the age of 18.
Wow.
If you think about a classroom of children, and 10% of our child population is being sexually abused. Oftentimes, though, we don't know about it because only about 1 in 10 children talk about this issue and what's happened to them. They don't feel comfortable doing that. And a lot of times we teach children stranger danger, but we know that more than 90% of the time they're abused by somebody that they know, somebody that they love, somebody that they trust. And so it's really important that we're talking about these issues, and that's why the Georgia Center is here.
And I know I want to go back to some of the issues with the center, but I want to address these two ladies who happen to know. I'm so glad you're on the show, and I know that you're moms. Talk to me about the importance of getting involved in this event. I know we talked about it when you were co-chairing it, starting, you know, the planning of the actual night. But why did this mean so much to you?
I think as a mom, I mean, this is such an important thing. You do not want your child to have to go through something like this. So to be able to raise awareness, it's very important.
Riley, how about for you? I know you have two boys.
I think the same thing. It really did not mean that much to me until I had kids, and then became aware of what actually goes on, what the Georgia Center does for these children. Just kind of really pushed me to get involved more.
Right. Yeah, I think we know before you're a parent, you know, it's terrible, but once you are, and you have these little, these lives that are totally dependent on you, and the thought that someone would misuse their trust, it really resonates, and I know it speaks to all of us. And talk about, you mentioned families, children. What about the center's prevention training? How do we go about helping in that regard?
Yeah, so we provide, we have a statewide sexual abuse prevention initiative focused on educating adults, because a lot of times we educate children about this, and they don't have the tools and the skills to be able to protect themselves, especially when it's somebody that they know. So we have a training program called Stewards of Children, developed by a national nonprofit called Darkness to Light, and we educate adults, parents, educators, anybody working in some kind of youth-serving role. And both Brittany and Riley have been through the training, and it's a great program that educates us on what we need to do to make sure that our kids are in safe environments.
That's wonderful. What was that training like?
It's very informative. It's about 2 hours long, lots of videos, lots of talking and scenario and.
Right.
We were able to get a lot of friends involved. I had a training at my house. Brittany had one at hers. So
really, as we said, just getting that conversation started, which is so important. Yeah. You would think that we've come so far when we think about this happening, decades ago, but it's really because of the fact that it is oftentimes people that our children know. It's just it's so hard to really break that barrier of silence with them, and go back to make sure everyone knows all of the different ways that you help, all the different services.
Yeah, sure. So in addition to our prevention training that we provide, here in DeKalb and Fulton counties, we provide services for children. We conduct forensic interviews at the center, and we work very closely with law enforcement and Division of Family and Children's Services to help prosecute those cases with the forensic interviews. We also provide free therapy for these children so that they can provide that healing ongoing as long as they need it. Then, of course, our statewide prevention initiative.
That's fantastic. And I know we have an upcoming event that we can all get involved in. Tickets are still on sale. It's, again, a fun night, beautiful artwork, and the proceeds will go to help fund some of these programs, I imagine, right?
Yes.
So tell us about the night. When is it? We'll put it on our calendar.
It is this Saturday, 6 to 9 at the Wimbish House.
That's in Midtown Atlanta.
Okay.
We've got about 50 great pieces of art that we are auctioning off.
Fantastic.
There are still tickets available at our website at worksofheart.info.
Worksofheart.info.
Yes.
And what's the goal of the event?
Just to raise awareness, to definitely raise some funds.
Right.
Everybody have a good time. We're really excited. Chesley's going to be our MC.
Yay, we love Chesley.
We're excited about
Yes,
that.
that'll be fun. That'll be a fun night. And once again, how can people learn more about the center and just how to get involved? Let's say they can't go to the event, they just want to donate. What can we do?
Yeah, sure. So we have a website, georgiacenterforchildadvocacy.org. You can also follow us on Facebook and hear more about the Works of Heart event as well as any other events that we have going on throughout the year. We also have a Center of Change tour where people can come and visit the center and learn more about what we do, and that's on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday of every month.
Fantastic.
During lunchtime, and it's free, and we provide lunch, and it's a great way to come out.
I love that. And talk about when the artwork that we have displayed in the studio. Who is creating some of this art? Is it local?
Well,
Local artists?
Sean Hoder, who works for
Sean,
11 Alive.
yes, 11 Alive.
That's his beautiful
Piece
painting
on
with
the
the
end.
flowers.
Wait, Sean did that?
Sean did that.
He is a jack of all trades. That's
Yes.
incredible. That is gorgeous.
Yes.
I had no idea.
And then you want to talk about the dog?
Well, the dog, the middle piece, that is by Kedmiri Fine Art.
Aziz Kadmiri.
Aziz Kedmiri, and
Beautiful.
He does a lot of dog. He does a lot of everything. We actually have a mural in our home.
Really?
That he painted for us. But this is one of his specialties.
I love that one. And then how about this last one?
this one is
Just
done by a
beautiful.
local artist as well, Ella Wiggins, and I liked it because it's got the coffee mug.
I know, exactly. It's something I'm used to every day, several times a day. Just beautiful pieces. It can enhance any room in your house, and knowing that you're helping children in need in our state is just all the more powerful, and why we should do this and go out and support this wonderful center. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you,
Christine.
Appreciate you coming out, and so nice to meet you.
You too.
Again, if you would like some more information about the Georgia Center for Child Advocacy, please log on to georgiacenterforchildadvocacy.org. And for more information about the Works of Heart event, log on to worksofheart.info. Thanks, ladies. Thanks again.